Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to this week's Hot Stocks Outlook for September 22nd, 2017. As always, I hope you're all having an excellent week out there in the markets, and we have a ton to cover today. Now, we're going to go ahead and start with some building companies here, some Louisiana Pacific. We got Newell Rubbermaid, but a very important concept I want to cover here, seeing a lot going on in the automotive space. We've got Ford, Spartan Motors, Goodyear Tire, so we'll go ahead and cover that. But of course, let's go ahead and start here on the first chart with Louisiana Pacific. And what we have here is really daily bars and candles. This analysis and this approach, working off of end of day data, really have all the info you need before the trading day occurs. You're really prepared, and that's really done via the use of a technology called artificial intelligence, neural networks more specifically, and that is really a great tool for preparation in the markets. Let me show you how this works. Now, these are the daily bars and candles, but against that, we have some values generated via this technology. Now, the black line, that is not generated via the technology. That is a simple moving average. You can think of that as just a summary of what's already occurred in the market over a given period of time. But against that, you'll see that there's also a blue line. Now, what that blue line is that is a predicted moving average, a proprietary indicator that's utilizing the technology and forecasting where prices are expected to go. So what we have here is a comparison between a actual moving average, so really just a lagging summary, against a predicted moving average. And the more space and separation we get between those values, really the stronger trend that's being predicted. So what we really understand here, going all the way back on the chart, is back on August 28th, we'd gotten a crossover between those two values, which suggests, look, the trend is up. We want to go ahead and look to get long. But we also have this other helpful indicator at the bottom of the chart. Now, this is the predicted neural index, and it can only be a value of a 1 or a 0. Very straightforward. And it's telling you if there's strength or weakness over the next 2 trading days. So what we like to do is use that for confirmation. When we get those crossovers, we obviously want the trend change to be in place, also see that strength over the short term. And then we can go in with actually the help of a predicted range that we have here. So you literally have trend, short-term strength or weakness, but also an intraday price. So you know what price levels should I be looking to buy at? Where should I be looking to sell in line with your trading strategy? So if we actually bring up those candles and we can see the predicted range against the actual trading day, well, you see how this works, where on the very next trading day, you have a predicted low of 24.16. The market trades down to 24.13, fills whatever order you have waiting there in the market, because you're going to wait for that market to come to you and get that price. And once you're filled, go ahead and execute that strategy. So if you're a day trader, probably going to be targeting the predicted highs and keep trying to trade this market higher. If you're a swing trader, and really most traders should understand, you want to stay in line with the trend. So we've seen here that our predicted moving average remaining well above the actual moving average, market's up 15%, almost $4 per share. So you can see here, even 500 shares, 1,000 shares, making a considerable amount of money, and this market never moving against you with a great trend reversal, great intraday entry. But you've also got these really great tools to help you manage. So you see, you get your neural index down at a 0, a lot of volatility coming in. You get that sideways action, right? But the trend is still up. You want to keep trading that market higher. Use those shorter term tools, those predicted levels from VantagePoint, to manage that position. I like to think of it as a throttle, knowing when I want to be heavier on that position, when I want to be taking profit. So really great opportunity there, but not all is well in the market. Markets go down too. And this is what's so helpful, is the software is working the exact same way, whether it's to the upside or the downside. We need a prediction of what's the overall trend direction. Is our predicted moving average falling below that actual moving average? That suggests weakness, suggests we need to look at, to go ahead and go short. We see here we've gotten that confirmation from the predicted neural index, but this is going to change. So this is going to change and adapt and alert us to that short-term strength or weakness that you have. Because when you get into a market, you get a position on, but maybe there's going to be a couple days of strength, but the trend is still down. So you need to know, hey, I'm going to hold on to that position, maintain, essentially your strategy. If you're a trend trader, maintain that trend position. But you see how the shorter term tools come in here, where you're shorting at these really exceptional levels, provided before the trading day occurs. So if you keep trading that trend, understanding you'd only want to be short in the market, that's really the only type of position you could take when you have such a strong downtrend in place, that's what's really going to help you stay on the right side of the market, have those good intraday levels, and really, again, stick to that game plan. So, here we've had, just a disaster for the investors and the long-term shareholders, but a 20% decline just in the past 42 trading days. So, maybe trade options, go ahead and buy the, $53, $55 puts or so, have those expire for a while, and you can, add some contracts, take some contracts off. But again, whatever that strategy is, make sure you're utilizing these tools to go ahead and execute very efficiently. And that's really what we want technologies and tools to do, make us very efficient in our business, whether it's trading, whether it's, building cars or building tires. So let's go ahead and look at this automotive. So we got Spartan Motors, Ford Motor, Goodyear, and this is very, very important because when you have a tool that's able to essentially forecast short-term price ahead of time, you recognize entire sectors starting to move. And that's where you can focus your attention, know, hey, there's something going on with these automotive manufacturers, engineering companies, pretty much anything with a motor. And what we recognize here is Spartan Motors, very clean crossover to the upside. You see our Newell index up at a 1, really towards the end of August here, going into the early part of September. But what you recognize is, exact same as these other opportunities is that, look, you want to be long the market from that point on. And so you want to use your predicted ranges, those predicted levels from VantagePoint. You see the very next day, get a nice fill, a little bit of volatility. But look how these indicators really adapt to those changing market conditions, because really the reality is when we're at this point in the trade over here, it's a lot different than over here. And those predicted ranges, that predicted Newell index, is really adapting for you every day so that you can adjust your positions, adjust your orders, and make sure you get the best prices possible for your entry prices into the market here. So we see over the course of this market here, we got a huge explosion in the trade yesterday, but up 25% in literally 19 trading days. So not even a month's time, $2.25 a share on a very, very cheap stock. 1,000 shares there, you're up about $2,200, and this thing's still moving higher with, look at the strength from the Newell index just all the way through. Even if you're the day trader, so you're shorter term and you're kind of behind the trade and saying, hey, I see the trend is up, but I want to get a good entry. You recognize you're buying down here, buying down here. See all this strength from the Newell index saying, hey, buy at these levels and get a piece of this action as this market moves higher. So very similar thing in Ford. And this is what I mean by, you'll see all these crossovers when you're running these scans. Essentially, the software presents you with this information saying, you've gotten fresh crossovers in Ford, Spartan. You see exact same opportunity here. Crossover to the upside, strong Newell index up there at a 1. You see for the duration, the Newell index saying short-term strength over these next couple days for pretty much the entire way forward, making sure that you maintain those positions along the market and keep buying at those advantageous levels. So again, predicted low, hitting there, hitting it there, hitting it there, just really great intraday price levels to take positions from, or for the trend trader to manage positions from, knowing, hey, buy at these predicted lows, take a little bit of your profit at those predicted highs and improve that position as that market moves higher. So Spartan Motors, you saw up about 25%. Here in Ford, probably a slower moving stock, but already up about 8%, almost 9% just in the past 17 trading days. So again, the stock trading at about $10, $11 per share, almost $1,000 to the upside on 1,000 shares. So not a huge position, but still able to make a considerable amount of money, just having that patience to stay in the market and ride that trend. Here in Goodyear Tire, so what goes on those Ford and Spartan Motors? Well, we need some tires, but same thing, crossover to the upside here, Newell index up at a 1. So really any of these markets get on your watch list because of, you're running your scans every night looking for fresh opportunities. Well, you're coming in, putting the orders into these markets and ready to go ahead and buy at these levels. So really on this day, you end up getting filled at this level. You buy some more here, buy some more here, buy some more here, buy on these days. And you see just really great intraday levels, but of course, in line with the uptrend. So really recognizing each part of the trade, what's going on here, and really adapting your strategy and adapting your approach so that you can execute again efficiently. And that's what we really need to use technology for. And that's really where it comes in handy here with the VantagePoint software. So as always, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have had an excellent week out there in the markets. If you have any questions about what you've seen here, go ahead, leave those questions or comments about anything here. Best of luck out there. Thank you all for watching, but bye for now. See you all next week. Thanks again.